This morning on The Dish, Chef Markus Glocker. Born and raised in Austria, he spent teenage summers working in his family hotel. He went on to culinary school and began a cooking career in Germany before coming to this country, working in New York and under the respected chef, the great Charlie Trotter in Chicago.
Then he broke out on his own, opening Batard in New York's Tribeca. The restaurant was a sensation, still is, earning rave reviews, a star in the Michelin Guide, 3 stars from the New York Times, and the 2015 James Beard Award for the nation's best new restaurant. That's quite a feat. Chef Markus Glocker, welcome to The Dish. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Chef.
Good morning. Great to be here.
This is a great spread. Tell us what we got.
Yeah, we have a few dishes. What's a classic in Batard restaurant? We have, starting over here with the Brussels sprouts with melted leeks and almonds. We have beautiful red cabbage, traditionally Austrian style, with a little bit of lingonberries in there and port wine. Over here we have a beautiful roast pork shoulder with miso.
Ooh.
Right there we have some beetroots, walnuts, a little bit of creme fraiche and mashed salads. And then, of course, just in season is the rhubarb. So we have a little rhubarb tart with basil and strawberries.
Delightful, a delightful spring
And
feast.
this really nice colored drink.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing for the spring is definitely the slow gin and tonic, which is one of my favorite drinks.
Oh, it's actually an Austrian slow gin. That's really
Yes,
cool.
it is.
So, Chef, you began, you come from hospitality stock, as it
Absolutely.
were. Was it immediate that you knew you wanted to be a chef when you were
Yeah, I was always
younger?
in my school holidays at my uncle's hotel, and peeked over my shoulder, over my aunt's shoulder, and I started cooking there and learning to do the trade at the bar and serving people. And by the time I was 15, I knew I wanted to be in this field, and I started my apprenticeship and traveled the world.
15.
Yes.
Your mother was a professional cook even before she met your dad. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, and I'm very thankful that we always had beautiful food at home, freshly cooked twice a day, beautiful garden outside, fresh vegetables. It's something which is almost rare these days.
Talk to us a little bit about how Austria, I mean, a lot of these are sort of Austrian-driven flavors and foods. How much has that informed the way you cook and your sort of vision?
I mean, the perception of Austrian food is always a little bit of the heavy side, I would say, but I think it's not. There's definitely ways of cooking this type of flavors in a very light way and creative and exciting way, especially with the red cabbage or Brussels sprouts, stuff like this. It's still up to date, a very traditional flavor in there, but it's not heavy and it's light.
You also, you're a big music fan as well. You studied piano and trumpet for, what, a dozen years?
Piano for about 10 years and trumpet for about 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Were you tempted in that direction at all?
Yeah, but I think it wasn't good enough, so I had to start cooking. My dad was a professional musician, so everybody in our family, we have three siblings, and everybody had to learn an instrument, and it was very important for us to grow up.
The precision, I studied piano for not quite as long as you, but the precision of playing a musical instrument, did that affect sort of the way you cook or the way you think about cooking and the precision necessary in the kitchen?
Absolutely. I mean, especially playing with other people. It's the same with in a kitchen environment. Somebody has to call the shots, put it this way, and the other people have to deliver. And I think music is the same way.
One critic said of you that you have a sniper's accuracy at the stove. I love that expression, but what do you think that means?
That might be true, but it might be my last name too. But however, I really enjoyed that Pete Wells saw what we did.
Pete Wells, the New York Times food critic.
Correct, and he really saw the way we cooked and the way we did service and the way we set up the restaurant, which was very nice to read that review.
And when you have, you've been in dining for a long time. As far as fine dining and how it's evolved, how do you see the landscape?
I mean, fine dining is a word I don't know how to describe this anymore because it's so many different ways of fine dining out, basically. But I would say there's always a more relaxed way of dining now with still the aspect of fine dining food. But definitely people enjoy much more, I think, in my opinion, to have a more relaxed environment, but still have the high volume and high quality food.
Less fussy, but the integrity is still there. Chef, I'll ask you the question we ask all chefs who come to this table.
Absolutely.
As I ask you to sign the dish. If you could share this meal with anyone past or present, who would it be?
I mean, I always like to have a lot of fun when I eat out, and I think Chris Rock would be
That is the most original answer I have ever heard since I started on this show.
It's so funny.
Chris Rock.
We get a lot. It's very interesting. Where
It's a range.
He got his first vote in this.
That's awesome. I bet he would love it.
I hope so.
I bet he would love it. You can find out New York is a place where Chris Rock frequents.
Yes,
absolutely.
Chef Markus Glocker, thanks. And for more on Markus Glocker and the dish, head to our website at cbsthismorning.com.